Hey guys, welcome to the ReConvert Checkout Extensions Editor. Today I'm going to be going over dynamic locations, what they are, and how to use them. If you're not already familiar with the editor, then go ahead and click on the help video in the top left corner of the editor. Let's get started. This is our standard thank you page for the ReConvert checkout extensions. Right now, there are currently no product upsells in the page. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and add a section that's in the bottom left, and I'm going to add a multi-product upsell. Now it's going to ask me where I want to put it. I'm going to go ahead and put it right under actions over here. And that's going to open a sidebar to the right over here, asking you what product you want to display. You can choose from the drop-down menu. I'm going to go ahead and choose a specific product. Once I have my product ready, I'm going to go ahead and click select and save. You're going to be able to scroll down and see your product upsell right there at the bottom of the page under the actions. Now this right here is what we call a static location. Now, what do I mean by that? If you go ahead and click on the product upsell itself, you'll see in the sidebar to the right that it says you don't need to select any location in Shopify Checkout Editor. What this means is that Shopify is familiar with this location. It's a static location, which means that once I open up the Shopify Checkout Editor and I add the ReConvert app, put it in the location I want, I'm good to go. Shopify will know what to do with it. Let's check that out. Go ahead on the left side of your screen, you'll see go to Shopify Checkout Editor. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, so now that we have the Shopify Checkout Extensions Editor open, we're going to need to go ahead and add the ReConvert app. Go down to Add App, click on ReConvert, and then go ahead and drag that to the location that you put it in the ReConvert editor. Go ahead and click Save. So we can see that our product upsell is featured in the exact place that we put it in our Shopify Checkout Extensions editor. Now what happens if I want to move this to a different location or a dynamic location? Let's head back to the ReConvert editor. Let's say I want to move my product upsell to a more prominent location. Let's say right here above the contact information. I'm going to go ahead, take my product upsell, drag it over to above the contact information, and I can see that in the ReConvert editor, it's already showing up in the location that I want. Now this is the important part to note. If you head over to the right sidebar, it says location to select in Shopify Checkout Editor, and that says contact and shipping. Now what this means is that when we go back to the Shopify editor, we need to do one more step and let Shopify know where we placed the product upsell. So let's go ahead and hit save. Now let's head back to the Shopify Checkout Editor. So as you can see, our product upsell isn't featured here. That's because Shopify doesn't know where it is. Let's move it over to the location that we chose in ReConvert. Still not being featured. That's because we need to take one more extra step and let Shopify know exactly where it is. Go ahead and click on the product upsell, and in the sidebar to the right where it says location in checkout, select the correct location that you put it in the ReConvert checkout extension. In this case, if you don't remember, go ahead and go back to ReConvert, contact and shipping, head back to Shopify page, go ahead and select contact and shipping from the drop-down menu, and hit save. We're going to see that our product upsell is in fact in the dynamic location of our choosing, right in center as the first thing that your customer is going to see. So this is pretty straightforward. The main thing to remember is that if you are choosing to use a dynamic location, you have to take one extra step by selecting the location from the drop-down menu to make sure that Shopify knows exactly where you want to put it. Let's head back to the ReConvert page just for one more example. Let's say I want to move it over to this section on the right. I'm going to go ahead and drag my product upsell to right underneath the items in the cart. So as we can see, our product upsell is appearing right underneath the cart, and the dynamic location that we need to choose in the Shopify editor is after items in cart. Go ahead and hit save. Head over to the Shopify Checkout Editor. Once again, I can't see my product upsell. No problem. We're going to go ahead, drag that underneath items in cart. Click. Remember to choose after items in cart. Go ahead and hit save. And there we have it, our product upsell in the dynamic location of our choosing. Hope you found this helpful, and remember, feel free to contact customer support if you have any questions.